Now let's talk about yield curve. Yield curve is the graph of the yield. Yield is the return, right? So yield to maturity YTM, and the function is the terms to maturity. So there's a curve. X-axis is the time to maturity, and y-axis is yield. So this is short term. This is long term. Okay. Generally, long-term bond require higher yield than short-term bond. So general yield curve is like this shape. And so the shape of the yield curve is also called the thumb structure. Thumb structure is the relationship between the YTM and terms the maturity across the bonds. So the hypothesis we can make is now called the expected hypothesis. YTM is determined by the expectations of the future short-term interest rate. So let's see it. Now, for example, there are 2-year investment strategy. Now, the first year, you can make 8%. Second year, we can expect that you can make 10%. Then what about the cumulative returns? The cumulative expected return is simply 1 plus 8% times 1 plus 10%, right? Which is 1.188. So that's the 2-year return, 18.8%, 2-year return. Now let's convert it to the 1-year returns. So you can solve 1.188 to the half minus 1, which is square root of 1.188 minus 1 will be 0.08995, which means that now you make 8.995% return annually. So that's the expectation hypothesis. So again, first year 8%, second year 10%. So this is expected return. This is also called the forward rate. Now this is called the spot rate. So the 8% is the spot rate for the 1-year spot rate. Now 10% is the year 1 forward rate. So the expected interest rate after 1 year. And then this Y2, which is the 2-year investment horizon, is called the spot rate for 2 years. So this is 2-year spot rate. So we have this formula. Now it means that Y1 plus Y2, which is the spot rate square, the year 2 square, equals to 1 plus now Y1, which is R1, plus 1 plus F1, which is, in fact, I'm sorry, F2. This is the forward rate year 2. So the forward rate is the expected actually short-term interest rate, or 1-year interest rate usually, and that year. So it means that if you have like 10-year spot rate, then it's going to be 1 plus 9-year spot rate to the 9th times 1 plus 10th year forward rate. Okay. Now, why do we have like the yield difference between the short term and long term? There's a liquidity preference theory. It's called the investors demand risk premium on long term bond, which means that now because long term bond is less liquid, you need to pay liquidity premium for the long term bond. So that's the extra expected return demanded by investors as the compensation for greater risk of long-term bond because of the liquidity. Okay. Now let's see the yield curve, like yield curve A and B. Now yield curve A is normal one. So this is expected short-term rate. Expect short-term rates simply just a good upward curve, and this is normal yield curve. You have liquidity premium here, right? So this is normal case. So normal yield curve. However, there's also yield curve that there's a downward zone, which is called the inverse yield curve. Inverted yield curve. I'm sorry. Inverted yield curve. Inverted yield curve usually found if your expectation is different. So this is kind of the very strange phenomenon, because your liquidity premium now, even though it's increasing, you expect short-term rate decreasing because of the bad expectation on the economy. So inverted yield curve is the kinds of red flag for the economy, because that it means that people expect the economy is going to bad. So this is the yield spread between the 10-year one, which is the red one, 10-year. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 10-year, the blue one, and the red one is 9 days, and this is the difference. Let's see if the difference is like negative. There's some zones here, and this is all the bad years. So all shock years, and this is the bubble, internet bubble, and this is the crisis period. So if the difference is negative, then it means your yield curve is like this. So that's the red flag for the economy. That's very good lead indicators, like for the economy. So because it is reflected by the investors' expectations. So that's the end of the chapter 10.